Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know this video seems so random considering all my other videos are beauty videos, but today we're going to do photography. I recently have gotten into this over the past year and have been loving it, so I wanted to show you kind of a live way of how I edit and how I decide what pictures are great. Won't be a long video, but just kind of give you a little intro to my editing style and also my thought process. So a lot of this right now will be me talking to you, to myself, just talking and processing as I go along. So just real quick, this is an 18 birthday shoot I did today. Her birthday's this weekend, so go Virgos, including me. And she's so beautiful. I actually did um, her 16th birthday photo shoot last year. So that was great. Go to my website if you want to check out those pictures, but they came out amazing. These came out better, and you'll see a little bit why. But all right, go into the video. So this is pretty much some of the photos from the shoot. I took over 300. I always take so many photos. Um, and some of that is just me kind of getting up close, different angles, long range, playing with different camera settings, making sure my lighting's right. As you can tell, the lighting right here was a little hard. Um, so we will try to see if we can recover some of the details. So let's just get into it. Let's see. This one's cute. I don't know if the shadows are too hard. So let's go over here to the side panel. You guys know what this is already. Taken down. So what I like to do with the shadows and highlights, I kind of like to go to the extreme just to see how much it will really affect my photos. So as you can see, it's not affecting it too much, but I do want to kind of bring the shadows down just a little bit and then see what the highlights do if I bring them up. Nope, we want to bring it down because of the lighting. So perfect. Actually, I recovered that really well. Wow, that's amazing. So my camera settings for this photo was 1/100th of a second. F-stop was at 3.2, and I had my 50 mil, I had my prime lens, y'all. It was a 50 millimeter, okay? Yes, and ISO was at 100. So, all right, let's see here. Usually I do the white balance as well, but outside, oh God, what happened? So if you ever make a mistake like I did, I don't even know what happened. I just do Command Z, and it kind of goes back to whatever. Um, I usually try to find like white. See what that does. It kind of just does what's the majority of it. So, white balance outside. It works for some photos, but this one I don't think I'm going to use it. Just as a disclaimer, I am not a advanced photographer. I wouldn't say I am beginners. I'm definitely a great intermediate level. So some of the terms that I may say are kind of like, what is she talking about? I am kind of self-taught, been mentored through a couple people and also through my father. So this is kind of how I go through the process and how I talk about the process. Sorry about that. I have my TV on. Oh, shucks. Perfect. All right, back to the vibes. Okay, so I have the highlights and shadows right where I want them. The exposure, can we take it? So, if we take it down, kind of gets a little bit more darker filled. I want to keep it high, well, lit, I guess I should say. And honestly, I'm just going to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of this photo. There's a lot more that's greater than this. Just because her eyes, it's just really hard to see her eyes in this. But we'll play around with it, and if anything, we'll just make a preset from it. So let's crop on down. I like a little headspace. I really don't like this photo for a technical reason. Her knees, I cut the joint off, and you should always cut, what do they say, above or below? I forgot what they say. So let's just see if I can make this more of a waist vibe. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's not too bad. I like to also straighten my photos out, so I just hit auto, which I think it, I don't like that. Yeah, no. Let's just keep it at an angle because I did it at an angle, not on purpose, just because I was playing with the lighting once again. So let's see the contrast. And honestly, I really do. I just kind of go through the panels and figure out what I want, unless I'm getting like super creative. Other than that, if I'm just doing a basic edit, I guess, my time to reproduce these is limited, so definitely don't want to spend too much time editing these photos. And I just messed up because I was moving, so sorry. So skin tones, when you deal with my people, my African Americans or people of color, brown people, whatever the PC term is nowadays, don't roast me. I think we are all just so sensitive. If we just had more love and more appreciation for each other, I wouldn't have to say that little whack disclaimer like I did. But anyway, when you're dealing with people of color, skin tones, I've learned, are difficult. And even honestly, all skin tones. It really is. It's a science. So I'll show you kind of what I do to fix it. But when you go into the contrast, obviously everything gets deeper, brighter. I think that's pretty actually like that. I don't want to lose. All right, we're going to play around with the exposure in a little bit. So I do want to come down to the whites. Let's see if I bring them down a little bit. Wow. That was a subtle difference, but it was enough different for me to be like, whoa. All right, so let's go here. It's the before and after. And you can really, wow, that's amazing. All right, we're just going to leave that. The blacks, I don't think we need to play with the blacks at all. I mean, we could. Oh, this lightens it up a lot. It makes it more airy, right? We'll just leave that for now. Yeah, we'll lighten it up just a little bit. And I feel like it kind of blurs, not blurs, but softens the background up. So when it comes to your clarity, what I usually do if I'm doing, what do I usually do? I guess it varies. So let's just see. I usually kind of go to the negative to soften things out. And since I'm running tight on time, I'm not going to take the brush and really go through her skin. There's a couple photos that I will do that just because I think it would look better that way. But for now, let's just take it. The -10 is good actually, but kind of go to the other side. And it does add more definition, but I'm going to show you something. All right, yeah, let's keep it at that 12. 12 is fine. The haze gives more definition as well. Does she have something on her skin? Is that like a bump or something? If you ever want to kind of get up close and personal, I kind of get yeah, she has a little bump right here. And I'm not going to crop it out because I don't think I'm going to keep this photo for a final edit, but those little details come to mind. All right, vibrancy, I will keep, but we can play around and see how deep you want it. No, it's too bright. I always feel like if it's too bright, it looks cheesy. So let's just kind of keep it at that. Saturation. It's kind of going backwards, right? It's like we just put some color in and then we're taking color out. Let's just leave it the way it is. If you ever want to go back to 0, just like double click this saturation or whatever you're doing. The tone curve, I usually mess with. I won't now. I'll save that for another video because I'm not a pro at it. So I won't save it for another video. I will just ignore that part. Yeah, I'm just not that good enough to teach anyone that. So, all right, skin tones. You want to go to your, not your saturation. I like to take the orange down. Let's go by 5, -5, and then see if we can notice a slight, oh, it's so hard because that was not the before, so that doesn't work anymore. Let's just keep on going down. I have a Mac, so sometimes it doesn't. All right, I do notice her skin tone changed, and the reds kind of affect that as well. No, I don't like. All right, let's just see. And I'm sure it's a science if you're a pro at it, but for me, this is what I'm going to keep. I definitely think we kind of reduce some of the orange in her skin, not too much because she is naturally a brown, beautiful young lady. I'm not going to touch these much at all. They're fine. Let's see here. Highlights, shadows. I can, I'm sorry, I can do something with that, but I'm just not now. The masking, what I will do for this one, because I like to keep her all in focus. So, what is that button? If you do command, all right, it's not command, it's options, not options, sorry, control. What is that button? Sorry, guys. There is a button that will kind of give you, stop spinning. All right. Well, I guess we're just, there we go. There was a command button, sorry. All right, so let's just wait for it to come up again. Like, but the process can be tedious. But if you think about it this way, we're really setting up our preset. Oh my God, shenanigans. Okay, pretty much you do want things. All right, there we go. It is the option button, guys. So do you see how I take it all the way to the end? How she is mainly in focus and the grass is too. Actually, everything is in focus, I would say. So let's just go to the middle ish, and she's more sharp. Wait, which way do I want to go? I'm sorry. I'm dyslexic, so left and right numbers mess me up, but that's okay. We can always fix, and my computer is not fast. All right, I'm gonna leave it like that. And I'm sure this is something that a trained eye will only be able to see, but it's there for a reason, so I like to keep it. The sharpness, um, once again, if you hit that option button and you go to the far right, you will see, it's hard to see. I like to honestly just kind of keep it in the middle. When my computer acts like it wants to do right. All right, let's take our timer. All right, still not doing it. All right, it is, but it's just hard to tell the difference, to be honest. But we'll keep it there. The luminous, honestly, I only touch that when I'm outside, when I'm indoors. Definitely, if you didn't learn anything else from me today, always remove your chromatic aberrations. That is, from my understanding, my YouTube knowledge of understanding, that's the differentiation between the colors, the background, and what in the other color. So sometimes you may see like a line, like a green or blue line right here. You don't see that now, but I always just remove it just in case if it comes up. And I just missed it because I've been editing so long. All right, so one thing that I've noticed that when I shoot raw now, every time I do enable profile corrections, it slightly changes the picture. So, or you see how kind of dark it is, right? Ish. And then when you add the Canon settings, it lightens it up. Um, I should have did that first, to be honest. So let's kind of come to the exposure. Actually, I kind of like that. I am touching it. I'm sorry. All right, so I messed up. I don't know where that perfect set was. So I'm just gonna go over to the left. This panel, you see all our little presets, and um, this is like, every step that you did per se. So after, let's just try to, all right, so let's just go back to that last lens profile because that is what we are going to keep. I still feel like she looks slightly orange. And I guess if I look here, I'm not going to act like I can pretend to read this histogram, so let's not be fancy smancies. So what else do I want to do here? Um, is it for this photo. So what I will do is give you a, what would I do? I'm going to do a preset. So you go to development at the top bar. Sorry, you can't see it. And just do new preset, and then new, just do birthday. Just kind of do full sun maybe. Because I have tons of other pictures. 18th full sun. No, not that one. Shucks. Where is? All right, and hit create. So, all right. So let's just go to a next one. I'm not going to do this whole strip, obviously, but I kind of just want to give you an example of what I do. Kind of just go through. This one looks kind of cute. That one's not bad at all. Yeah, that one's cute. It's like a little playful. So once again, how about we just take my advice and remove, enable, and it will automatically do it. Just check, but it usually does. And then how about we crop? First do the just auto straighten it. I guess it's already straight because my hand is that steady. Yeah, right. You know, there are some people with the composition that says, you know, the eye has to be right here, but it kind of gives too much headspace and my camera angle is lower. So we're not going to do that. Line it up just a little bit. And then we are going to find that preset and see what's happening. All right. You're making me, all right. Apple, you're not making me look like I'm the best here. All right, sorry. All right, so in users. All right, here we go, users preset. So somewhere in this column of 18, why did I just pass it? Here we go, it's right here, I see it. All right, full sun, and I don't really like that one that way. I don't. Maybe it's the blacks. I mean, it was a different angle, you know, moved around a little bit. But what do we want to do here? How about we take some of the contrast down and open the whites up a little bit. Get them shadows going. And her eyes are not really open in this photo as much, so I'm not even going to focus on this. I'm just going to move to the next. We're just going to forget that. And sometimes you do that. You look at a photo and you're like, oh, it's cute, and then no. So what I do look for in a photo before I start editing is, I try to, do I have all the joints in the photo? You know, is the composition right? Is the angle right? Is this a photo that I really want to spend time on? It may not be, but this is another one that I did. I'm really proud of this because you see the banana leaves. So with this one in particular, I am going to increase the exposure, play with the highlights and shadows. There we go. Come on, come on, come on. You're not making this tutorial easy at all, are you? There we go. There we go. I wish you would have smiled just a little bit more in this video, photo shoot. All right. Let's see here. All right, it is dark and I really want to lighten it up. How about we do that? And how about we just take down the contrast period. There we go. All right, now we are working with something that looks better. So if we want to up our highlights, get that golding on the skin, but she looks a little washed out, so I'm just going to bring them down just a little bit more. I wish I would have got her foot in here, so I messed up on that one. But Let's take the shadows down and see if we can bring some definition to those banana leaves. Okay. Now we can straighten our photo and bring it down just a little bit. And bam. I think that's really nice, actually. I still feel like I need a little bit more light in the photo. Just a little bit more light. All right, that's too much light. Nope, right in the middle. And if you guys can always type it in. Sometimes that might help if your hand isn't as steady. Bam. There you go. That's actually beautiful. All right, guys. So that is it. That is this long 20-minute tutorial on how I typically go through and edit my photos. This was a very basic edit. Nothing too fancy, like I said, with the tone curve in Lightroom. I do have some, homemade presets over here and some that I did buy. But this is kind of, my whole thought. Ooh. And sometimes it does that. It like, what happened? I know this is so random. If you hover over it, you will see a change. That's nice. It's autumn. The other one was better though. No. Where was it at? That one is nice. All right, so this is my last tip. We can change the green a little bit, and that's a little hard. But this is what I will do. All right, so just remember that autumn 11. So I want to kind of give them both photos because one is unique and one is basic. Not in a bad way, but just basic. So let's do, you right click on the photo you want. You do create virtual copy. Bam. So that is the copy, right? So you have two copies. And then usually, it doesn't matter, 1 of 1 or 2 of 2. Once that comes up and my computer stops spinning and stop making me look like a fool, I go back to that other preset that I do like. And I guess that goes to show, right? Just because it says autumn, you can still use it in the summertime. All right, so her face is hard. So let's, see the clarity and the haze is harsh too. So let's just bring the haze at nothing. Bring the clarity. I do like just not so much. 13. Let's see a little bit of, bring the haze down just a tiny bit. That's good. I actually like that one a whole lot. Goes to show, you never know. And then that green, I don't know if I'm in love with the green. So let's see what the green is. The luminance, the hue. Okay, the green is just the green. So sometimes there's other color settings down here. Yeah, see the green primary. Let's just, I think it's a saturation that I'm not feeling too much. So let's just cut that in half a little bit. Yeah, I went from 12 to 7. The hue is fine, I think. Let's see. I kind of like the hue the way it was, so I'm just going to do Control Z. It's deeper. All right, that is it. I am finito, done. So thank you guys again, and I will be back with more of these videos. If you love this, subscribe, smash, hit that notification button, comment, and I'll be back in the next videos. I will start to show my face again. I just really wanted to put this quick video up to see, the response that I get. So once again, have a great weekend. Much love to all the Virgos. Deuces.